Mm, yeah. 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 Right here. Between the cups. Yeah. Two empty cups on the table. Sunlight fading through the frame. Low conversation in the background. Nothing here feels the same. Footsteps crossing marble floors. Soft jazz leaking from the bar. Baseline walking slow and smooth, like it knows just where we are. No rush now, let it stay in this quiet kind of way. Between the cups we move slow, let the outside world go. Feel that rhythm in the floor, ask for nothing more. Between the cups, just you and me, in this small infinity. Let the night come soft and low, we don't need to go. Steam dissolves into the air, light reflecting in your eyes. Elder chords keep floating underneath the quiet vibe. Clock don't matter anymore, phones are face down by the side. Every second feels controlled in this gentle glide. Stay right here, don't explain. Let the groove do its thing. Between the cups we move slow, let the outside world go. Feel that rhythm in the flow, ask for nothing more. Between the cups, just you and me, in this small infinity. Let the night come soft and low, we don't need to go. Low light, soft tone, baseline feels like home. No drama, no rush, just the sound. Between the cups, between the cups we did. Between the cups we did. Between the cups we move slow, let the outside world go. Feel that rhythm in the floor, ask for nothing more. Between the cups, just you and me, in this small infinity. Let the night come soft and low, we don't need to go. Between the cups, stay a little more. Between the cups, yeah. Between the cups, yeah. Between the cups,
yeah.
Feel that?
Traffic coming down the street, but the groove is underneath. Coffee dark and sunlight thin, city pouring slowly in. Neon signs from yesterday, still reflected in the day. Every step outside the door feels like something more. Don't go yet, let it flow. Feel the rhythm, nice and slow. City in my coffee, running through my veins. Every little heartbeat, moving in these lanes. City in my coffee, steady and smooth. We don't need the rush, just stay in the groove. Glass of flecks, a passing face, but inside a softer space. Still the guitar cutting clean, somewhere in between. Yeah, low we tapping on the bar, feels closer than we are. Every second feels aligned, right here in time. Stay with it, let it ride. Feel the low end, side to side. City in my coffee, running through my veins. Every living in these lanes. City in my coffee, steady and smooth. We don't need the rush, so stay in the groove. City in my coffee, stay in the groove. City in my coffee.
The light shifts on the floor, I stay the same. Shadows move across the desk, nothing calls my name. The room adjusts its volume without a sound. I notice it, then keep my place still grounded. No signal to respond, no reason to adapt. Everything I'm doing now stays intact. Ooh, light changes at home. Ooh, light changes at home. Cloud passes the window once, then lets it through. The screen stays where it was, the work does too. Time doesn't argue with the moment or insist. This is how attention holds and persists. Oh, no urge to turn, no need to bend. Everything continues as it is. Ooh, light changes, I don't. Ooh, light changes, I don't. If the day moves forward on its own, I don't follow. If the air feels different for a while, I don't label. There's stability in letting change pass by without stepping out of where I lie. The table keeps it simple and the cup is warm. I read a sentence once again, it still performs. This is where the hours sit without a sign. The light can change around me, I'm fine. Oh no, drifting off, no inward turn. Breathing even, focus firm. Light changes, I don't. Light changes, I don't. Ooh. Light changes,
Hey, drop that needle. Yeah. Needle hits and the room turns gold. Stories in the rhythm fold. Coffee cups and daylight shine. Baseline sweet and right on time. Laughter rising near the bar. Sunlight dancing on the jar. Everything feels light and bright, like it's built for this vibe. Don't overthink, just let it spin. Feel that sugar settling in. Sugar on guitar talking slick, hi-hat ticking quick, footsteps tapping to the beat, energy in every seat, steam rising in the light, everything feels right. City noise but we don't mind, we're in our own time. Stay with it, let it glide, feel that rhythm side to side. Sugar on the vinyl, sweet and kind of vital. We don't need a reason why, let the groove fly. Sugar on the vinyl, feel it in the spiral. Every heartbeat and design right on time. Oh, 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 hey, hey. Oh, 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 hey, hey. Oh, 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 hey, hey. Low bass, bright tone. This place feels like home. Feels like home. Sugar on the vinyl, sweet and kind of vital. We don't need a reason why, let the groove fly. Sugar on the vinyl, feel it in the spiral. Every heartbeat and design right on time. Let it spin. Sugar on the vinyl. The air shifts before the light, not bright or just aware. Nothing moves but something's changed enough to feel it there. The room stays still but listens now, like it knows what's coming next. I don't rush to greet the day, I stay with what's left. No sleep calling out my name, no dream stepping into frame. Every sense still holds its line, defined. The air changes first, not the sky, and I feel it too. Nothing pulls my focus loose, nothing asks me to move. The air changes first, soft and clear before the dawn. I stay awake inside this ship and carry on. Lights remain the way they were, but shadows rearrange. The silence holds a different weight, not rest, just change. I reread words without intent, they sound more honest now. This is where the night admits it's loosening somehow. No heaviness behind my eyes, no need to reorganize. Everything remains intact, exact. The air changes first, quietly, and I remain. I don't step into tomorrow yet, I don't explain. The air changes first, and that's enough for me. I stay awake, aligned, intact, and let it be. If the dark begins to thin, I don't follow, I don't lean. Nothing ends because it fades, nothing starts because it's named. There's a clarity in pause, without effect, without cause, just the sense of something near, still clear. Outside waits without a sound, not bright but almost known. The city holds its early breath before it's fully shown. I finish, nothing start no more, I let the moment stand. This is where attention rests, just before the light, and I stay here. Nothing blurs the edge of thought, nothing feels unclear. The air changes first, and I remain still awake, a line composed intact at the break. The air changes, I stay. Let's stay with it. Not ahead, not behind. Lights settle softly on the desk, like it's fun. The room feels patient where I sit, a cup, a screen, a quiet bit. Nothing asking me to rush, nothing saying this is mine. Outside, the street keeps steady breath. Cars pass with acting men. The city moves like in the stands. How to leave space for hands. I don't step outside the moment, I don't pull it close. I stay where the pace allows what I need most. There's no signal telling me I should move on. Everything I'm doing now is still ongoing. The day was to stay with it. I stay. I move pretty open hours this way. No future tugging at my sleeve, no parts pulling me away. Screens glow soft in waiting tones, messages arrive in rest. They don't lean into my focus, they don't request my best. He's repeated gentle though, not fast enough to rush. Thoughts appear and drift apart without a push. Time doesn't narrow what I do, it stays wide and kind. That lets me work the way I work without a line. If I slow, then no mistakes. If I pause and nothing breaks, everything beats holding form at this rate. The day doesn't stay with it. I stay. I move through the open hours this way. No future tugging at my seat, no past pulling me away. The day lets me stay with it, and that's okay. Coffee cools beside my hand, steam coming into air. I don't hurry what remains, it stays right there. Outside, clouds from open eyes, they drift without a friend. Neither do I, not this trip. I'm working where I am, one's not just been one again. No cue to calculate, this is how the middle moves when the day can wait. I don't need the hours sharp, I don't need them tight. If the day can let me stay, I might. No eyes, no thought, no sudden cue to stay with what's true.
continues, and I remain.
Focus adjusts without effort. No shift, no strain. It recalibrates and stays the same. The desk feels steady, unchanged. A screen, a note, a workable range. Nothing asking me to compensate, nothing pulling me to hesitate. Outside the street looks a shade more clear. Still measured, still near. The city sharpens gently, not loud. I don't correct my attention, I don't try. I let the focus adjust on its own and align. There's no instruction in the change, no cue to respond. Everything continues clearly beyond. The focus adjusts without effort. I stay, I move through the late afternoon. This way, no warmth, demanding awareness, no claim. The focus adjusts without effort and works. It works. Screens glow neutral, softly warm. Messages arrive with form. They don't widen or narrow thought, they pass. Keys repeat a measured line. Not rush, not slow. The space between the actions feels whole. Time doesn't rename the process, it assists. It lets the late afternoon continue unforced. If I lean in, the balance stays. If I pause, nothing sways. Everything keeps holding form as it plays. The focus adjusts without effort. I stay, I move through the late afternoon. This way, no warmth, demanding awareness, no claim. The focus adjusts without effort and works. The cup is empty, focus firm. The air feels warmer, still serviceable. I don't register the change, it's fine. Outside, clouds thin and hold still. No cue to stop, neither do I. I'm steady still. One small task, then one again. No cue to refine. This is how the late afternoon works when focus settles. I don't need the focus sharper, I don't need it wide. If it adjusts exactly like this, I'm aligned. No rise, no fall, no visible shift, just focus. Focus adjusts without effort. I stay, I move through the late afternoon. This way, no warmth, it demanding awareness, no claim. The focus adjusts without effort and works. Adjusts without effort. I stay, adjust without effort. This way. The afternoon continues, calibrated. The focus stays where I put it. No drift, no fight. It doesn't wander, it just stays light. The desk feels aligned again, a cup, a screen, a gentle span. Nothing asking me to switch, nothing breaking what I'm in. Outside the street hums evenly, close enough but not too near. The city knows how to exist without pulling Don't chase the next thought, I don't stack what's new. I keep my attention where it rests and let it do. There's no tug inside the sound, no signal to divide. Everything stays concentrated and kind. The focus stays where I put it. I stay, I move through the afternoon this way. No noise dragging my attention, no need to prove it. The focus stays where I put it and moves with me. Moves with me. Screens glow soft with amber light, messages arrive just right. They don't compete inside my head, they know their time. Keys repeat a patient pace, not rush, not slow. Thoughts feel lined up in a row like they know. Time doesn't scatter what I do, it holds it still. It lets the afternoon continue. If I lean in, the balance holds. If I pause, nothing folds. Everything keeps holding form as it goes. The focus stays where I put it. I stay, I move through the afternoon this way. No noise dragging my attention, no need to prove it. The focus stays where I put it and moves with me. Stays where I put it and moves with me. Stays where I put it and moves. The air feels steady where I sit, no edge against the minute. I don't miss the morning sharp, it's still part outside. Clouds move slowly on, no reason to fall. Neither do I, I'm stable still. One small task, then one again. No cue to relocate. This is how the afternoon works when focus stays. I don't need my mind pulled wide, I don't need it tight. If it stays exactly here, I'm right. No rise, no fall, no sudden split. Just staying where I put it. The focus stays where I put it. I stay, I move through the afternoon this way. No noise dragging my attention, no need to prove it. The focus stays where I put it and moves with me. Where I put it, I stay. Stays where I put it. I stay this way. The work continues undisturbed. The light leaves me room to stay. It doesn't lean my way. No shadow pressing on the floor. Just daylight and more. The desk feels open, evenly spaced. A cup of screen, an unforced pace. Nothing asking me to react, nothing pulling me off track. Outside the street keeps gentle sound, far enough to stay outside. The city moves in its own lane and lets me decide. I don't brace against the moment, I don't narrow what I see. I let the light stay where it is and leave room for me. There's no pressure in the glow, no line I need to cross. Everything arrives already soft, not lost. The light leaves me room. I stay, I move through the open hours this way. No glare pulling in my focus, no need to assume. The light leaves me room and I move. Screens glow soft in neutral tones. Messages arrive, then go. They don't lean into my thinking, they already know. Keys repeat a gentle rhythm, not fast enough to rush. Thoughts appear then drift apart without a push. Time doesn't narrow what I do, it stays wide and kind. It lets me work the way I work without a line. If I slow, the space remains. If I pause, nothing breaks. Everything keeps holding form at this pace. The light leaves me room. I stay, I move through the open hours this way. No glare pulling at my focus, no need to assume. The light leaves me room, and I move. Coffee cools beside my hand, steam thinning into air. I don't hurry what remains, it stays right there. Outside clouds don't organize, they drift without a plan. Neither do I, not just yet. I'm working where I am. One small task, then one again. No cue to accelerate. This is how the middle holds a gentle state. I don't need the light to guide, I don't need it near. If it leaves this much space for me, I'm clear. No rise, no fall, no sudden move, just staying in the room. No need to assume. The light leaves me room, and I move. I stay, leaves me room. This way. The day feels spacious, and I work inside it. The light stays with the work, not above, not behind. It rests where my hands are at the same time. The desk feels steady in the glow, a cup, a screen, a pace I know. Nothing asking me to adjust, nothing breaking what I trust. Outside the street hums warm and slow, close enough but still controlled. The city moves without insistence, comfortably bold. I don't separate thought from motion, I don't pull them apart. I let the light sit with the work from the start. There's no shadow in the task, no glare I need to avoid. Everything feels clearly placed and poised. The light stays with the work, I stay, I move through the afternoon this way. No brightness stealing my focus, no need to rework. The light stays with the work and holds. It holds. Screens glow soft with amberies, messages arrive and leave. They don't compete for my attention, they breathe. Keys repeat a patient rhythm, not rush, not slow. Thoughts feel joined to what I'm doing, like they know. Time doesn't drift away from effort, it stays near. It lets the afternoon continue clear. If I lean in, the balance holds. If I pause, nothing folds. Everything keeps holding form as it goes. The light stays with the work, I stay, I move through the afternoon light stays with the work. The cup is empty, focus full. The air feels warm but workable. I don't miss the sharper light, it's still right. Outside, clouds move evenly, no sign to fall, neither do I. I'm steady still, one small task, then one again. No cue to disengage. This is how the afternoon moves when light stays. I don't need the light to lead, I don't need it bright. If it stays right where I'm working, I'm right. No rise, no fall, no sudden spark, just staying in the light. The light stays with the work, I stay, I move through the afternoon this way. No brightness stealing my focus, no need to rework. The light stays with the work and holds. Stays with the work, I stay. Stays with the work this way. The work continues in good light.
The light steps a fraction closer. No bear, no plane, and arrows a distance that stays the same. The desk feels steady, unchanged. The screen, I'm not a workable range. Nothing asking me to slow the hands, nothing altering the plan. Outside, the street reflects a touch more blow. Still measured, still low. The city adjusts its distance, not speed. I don't reach toward the brightness, I don't hide. I let the light step closer at my side. There's no invitation in the shift, no cue to leave. Everything continues clearly between. The light steps a fraction closer, I stay. I move through the late afternoon this way. No one pulling focus and word, no claim. The light steps a fraction closer and slightly warm. Messages arrive with foam. They don't soften the line of thought they pass. Keys repeat a mandarin line, not a rush, not slow. The space between the sounds feels whoa. Time doesn't rename the process, it insists. Continue. I just stand if I in wanna get no cue to frame. This is how the late afternoon works when light dims. I don't need the light persuasive. I don't need it kind. If it comes this close and stays neutral, either lane. No rise, no fall, no goes in him. Just focusing word, no gray, right steps a fraction closer. Steps a fraction closer. I steal the light steps a fraction closer. Steps closer. The afternoon, the light steps a fraction closer.
Morning moves at its own rate. Nothing early, nothing late. Light is calm, the air is clear. The pace is steady right from here. I don't rush to set a tone. Everything is already known. The desk is still, the screen is calm. Everything is evenly drawn. Light rests softly on the page. Same calm tone, the same calm stage. I don't push and I don't pull. Let the pace remain natural. There's There's no signal asking why. Nothing here needs to reply. I don't speed and I don't slow. Morning chooses how to go. The morning keeps its pace. No adjustment, no erase. I don't hurry, I don't wait. Everything aligns its way. Time moves gently, wide and slow. Focus stays where it should go. The morning keeps its pace. This is how the calm takes place. Coffee rests beside my hand, like it understands the plan. Outside hums in distant tone, inside stays completely known. Thoughts appear then gently pass. Nothing here is built to last. I don't gather, I don't choose. Let them move the way they move. I don't mark what should advance. Nothing here requires a chance. Morning holds the even space, comfortable within its pace. The morning keeps its pace. No adjustment, no erase. I don't hurry, I don't wait. Everything aligns its way. Time moves gently, wide and slow. Focus stays where it should go. The morning keeps its pace. This is how the calm takes place. Smooth and light, no resistance left in sight. I remain with what is near, not distracted, not severe. Breathing even, posture light. Attention stays within sight. In this calm I clearly see, pace is what is carrying me. I don't need to set a speed. This alignment meets its need. Every quiet moment spent keeps the balance permanent. Light remains and so do I. Neither rushing, neither shy. This is how the morning stays, moving on in gentle ways. The morning keeps its pace. No adjustment, no erase. I don't hurry, I don't wait. Everything aligns its way. Time moves gently, wide and slow. Focus stays where it should go. The morning keeps its pace. This is how the calm takes place. Morning holds the steady tone. Nothing pushed and nothing shown. Calm remains, the work goes on. The morning keeps its pace at dawn. Quiet stays with me as I begin, not leaving, not rushing in. Light rests gently on the floor, nothing louder than before. The desk feels steady underhand, a cup, a page, a simple plan. Nothing asking me to rush, nothing pressing me too much. Outside the street keeps even sound, footsteps spaced, not closing in. The city moves in parallel without pulling me in. I don't scan the next few hours, I don't sharpen what I feel. I stay inside the softer edge that lets me stay real. There's no signal in the air, no moment I must need. Everything I need to work is already beneath my feet. The quiet stays with me, I stay, I move through the open hours this way. No edge pulling at my focus, no reason to flee. The quiet stays with me and lets me be. Lets me be. Screens glow soft and waiting light. Messages arrive and rest. They don't lean into my space, they don't request my best. Keys repeat a gentle rhythm, not fast enough to chase. Thoughts appear then drift apart, leaving space. Time doesn't narrow what I do, it stays wide and kind. It lets me work the way I work without a line. If I slow, the quiet holds. If I stop, nothing's gone. Everything keeps holding form while moving on. The quiet stays with me, I stay, I move through the open hours this way. No edge pulling at my focus, no reason to flee. The quiet stays with me and lets me be. Lets me be. Coffee cools beside my hand, steam thinning into air. I don't hurry what remains, it stays right there. Outside clouds don't organize, they drift without a plan. Neither do I, not just yet. I'm working where I am. One small task, then one again. No cue to accelerate. This is how the middle moves when the quiet stays. I don't need the sound to rise, I don't need it loud. If the quiet can remain, so can I now. No rise, no fall, no sudden plea, just staying where I'll be. The quiet stays with me, I stay, I move through the open hours this way. No edge pulling at my focus, no reason to flee. The quiet stays with me and lets me be. Quiet stays, I stay, quiet stays this way. The day continues on.